Hello and welcome to Scarredlands Family Affair, episode 19, Mysterious Admirer. Guess what we're going to learn a little bit about today? Before we dive into the game, I do just want to let everybody know that I am crooked on the screen. But beyond that, the Scarredlands Dead Man's Rust Kickstarter is in its final 48 hours. This will be the last Scarredlands stream, I do believe, prior to the end of that campaign. So it would make me feel all warm and fuzzy inside if we could get some extra eyes and hands and whatnot on deck over there. Now, looking at it as of the start of this stream with the click of my refresh button, I see that we are currently at $24,669 with 46 hours left to go. So that means...
Thank you guys so much.
Yes, seriously,
That's amazing.
Thank you. It's pretty dope. I'm pretty stoked. That means we are basically like less than $400 away from unlocking the last of the VTT stretch goals. We're not out yet. I haven't heard a fat lady sing, so that would mean, I guess, that there might be some more stretch goals if we can get past that 25K.
Whoa.
Wow.
I would love to tell you what those might be, but Rich Thomas will teleport behind me and stab me in the throat if I start talking about it. So the only way to find out what those might be is to head over to the Dead Man's Rust Kickstarter and back it so that we can hit that stretch goal.
Please, because I want more stretch goals.
Those of you who have supported it seriously, I cannot thank you enough. It means the world to me to see this story getting brought to your tables in the highest quality possible with as much extra Scarredlands content as possible. So, exciting times. Above and beyond that, though, let's bring things back to a more localized view. When last we met, the party who had their belongings ransacked and stolen by some haglings managed to track those haglings down, get them into their home cave where their mother, the cavern hag, was residing, and against all odds defeated the hag and her children. There was a number of occasions, as often is the case when violence erupts with the family, where Cheshire was found on the precipice of death. But this time, it led to a encounter with a presence that Cheshire had felt a few times in the past that advanced forward a little bit, and Cheshire was left with some instruction.
It's like a Christmas movie miracle.
It is like a Christmas movie miracle. And the last bit of that, once that instruction was given, Cheshire was awakened, and his hand seemingly guided by an unseen force. So with that, let's dive in. And I would like to begin by asking Millie to give me a perception check, if you don't mind. Okay. Excellent.
8.
You recognize when Cheshire struck the hag, an uneasy feeling, but you cannot put your finger on it for the life of you.
That was weird. I need to pass out.
I need to go heal you.
At the end of the last session, I rolled an insight against Cheshire and beat them by like 18 to 11 or something like that.
Yes.
As well. So I'm going to poke Cheshire when Millie is done. But I just wanted to make sure you didn't forget.
Yeah, she just said she needed to pass out. So
okay.
What are you all doing?
Yeah, I was also right next to Cheshire when when he hit the thing? I don't know if I saw anything particularly.
You were born on this plane of existence, so
fair.
Chris and I are covered in like goop and globs and all the stuff.
We're both covered.
Yeah, I ran up and gave you a hug, and the whole fisting a mayonnaise jar has just stuck with me all fucking week. Just
well, good. I'm glad your mayonnaise is sticky. So,
okay, everybody who's covered in hag, line up in that corner. Looks like it has good drainage, and I get out the water bottle.
I get in line.
Yeah. I guess we all just stand while we're standing up there. I'll elbow Cheshire and be like, that was pretty odd. You feeling okay?
Are we still covered in like goop and gobs?
Well, at the moment, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, Jedryn is hitting you all with the decanter of endless water, which does kick off your regeneration, Korggix.
I get 1 HP. So yeah, I'm just like.
You've been to county, right?
Hold your arms out.
Cheshire heal 9 and Millie heal 11.
Yeah.
So I lay on some cures, and I am now tapped out.
While we're all being sprayed down, I'll be like, I'm still having like, I'll kind of like whisper it and like tilt my head down. Like, I'm still kind of having really awful dreams, and I don't know. I assume you are as well, but if you ever need to talk about things, I'm right here. If we're going through the same thing, maybe there's something to put together about what's going on with us as a family or dad or whatever. So just don't forget or die on us like you seem to love to do.
I haven't had a fun dream in a while. What happens in your dreams? And I want to say that like very suspiciously. Not like a what's in your dreams? Wink, wink, eyebrow, eyebrow.
I'm really, really hungry all the time, even when I'm not dreaming now.
I don't know if Cheshire is smart enough to put that together.
You can make a religion check.
Come on, Cheshire. You're smart. I mean, you're not smart, but you can do this.
Do I hear this amongst the tumults of water?
I don't expect that you're whispering to one another. No, Cheshire, nope. You can draw whatever conclusions you might draw from that.
I mean, food is good. Like, we haven't had a chance to sit down. You know what we're going to do? We're going to like make a table, and we're going to have a family sit-down meal. Not in here, though, because it's rather disgusting, and I can still feel the things on me. So, like, soon.
It is gross.
I mean, you have seen me basically just swallowing squirrels.
Brother, I don't want you to turn into a fatling or a hadling or something, or a gauntling, or whatever those wing things are called. Please be careful what you eat.
As you're all being sprayed and splashed and having this conversation, the slime has washed off of you and is largely now like about an inch thick, distributed pretty evenly across the cave floor.
Dandy.
Well, so you're all wet. And this doesn't seem to have done anything to improve the smell of the place. And in fact, it's made it a little bit worse. Now, you had noticed those rusted pieces of armor laying around. Are you going to do anything else, or are you going to take this conversation out of this area that is rapidly becoming stinkier, or are you going to try to rest here?
Loot for treasure, and then
I was going to say, there's got to be a reason that hag has got this as their den.
We must loot.
And I'd probably try, because the armor really did kind of shake me up, I'm going to try to sort of assemble as many pieces as I can into sort of coherent figures and try to decipher what the hell happened.
Why don't you make an investigation check for that?
Okay.
And who is leading the looting effort?
I would say I'm not, but I would like to assist Jedryn in the investigation.
All right, so you can give Jedryn advantage on her check. is anyone assisting Triss on the looting check?
Preferably somebody who's
since
really
I've been
good at
healed,
investigating.
I don't feel like I need to pass out as much.
All right.
Is anybody better at investigation than I've only got a +1, so.
Well, make it with advantage because Millie's giving you a hand. Not bad.
Not bad.
All right.
+2 because I'm a rogue.
So what the two of you discover is this. Jedryn, or the four of you, I guess I should say, what is Zopa and Cheshire doing while all this investigating is going on?
Cheshire is easing closer to the door. That smell is still just so pungent. He doesn't want to be anywhere near it, but he won't leave his family.
It is funktacular. Yeah. It is. One might call it funkadelic. It is a particular odor of like undigested food and high iron content and a bit of rot. It's
undigested food, you say?
Yeah, like not undigested as in just been cooked, undigested as in was only in the intestine for about an hour.
Not even the rat lore.
I'm very hungry, so I would be kind of rummaging through that.
Right, looking for...
No.
Gix, yeah. So I guess I will do that after I'm done helping Jedryn. Like, I'll get sidetracked into being elbow deep in intestines, I guess.
Right, squeezing them out.
Yep.
It's raw chitlins. It's good. So
I will eat whatever is in there if it doesn't look like it once used to be able to write its name.
That's fair. Most of it doesn't. So, Jedryn, you discover as you're reassembling these that you have what you suspect to be the bodies of 4 Hollow Legionnaires. It looks like they suffered some sort of trauma, but the plates of their armor were incredibly rusted. The other thing that strikes you as very strange about this is among those is a suit of still sleeve. And the copper that runs through that suit is rusted. But there's also patches of rust that have manifested on the cloth and on the leather portions of like the banded mail and things like that.
And
it's
it
not
looks
just
weirdly
on the metal.
And it looks weirdly more like corrosion than moldering.
Right.
Like patina almost?
Yeah.
That is what you discover. It does appear that those armor suits did suffer some sort of traumas. Most of them appear to be like claw and bite type traumas. So your best guess is that they either came in here looking for shelter or came in here to try to clear out the hags. And in their weakened state, got the gibbities knocked out of them. And their lives ended. Now, Triss, as you are looting, you discover a couple of nice things laying around. You find a bag that has a sort of a large central pouch and then smaller pockets on the back of it. When you stick your hand in that bag, you find that it goes much deeper than it appears to.
Neat.
You have discovered a handy haversack.
Ooh, those are the best.
It appears as though the hag has collected whatever loot they were assembling into this handy haversack. So within it, you find 400 copper pieces, 800 silver pieces, 1,300 gold, a small pouch that has 7 citrines in it. They're worth 50 gold each. And while searching, Millie, you find, like tucked under a rock looks like maybe by where the hag was sleeping, you find a dagger that's made of cold iron, and which, if you attack an aberration or fey, you get to roll one of the weapon's damage dice an additional time and add it to the damage, so it gives you a bonus damage die. And you find a scroll that is rolled up.
Oh, I check out the scroll.
It is written in Sylvan. Do you speak Sylvan?
I do not speak Sylvan.
I do.
If you want to...
Triss?
Yes? I found a bag of magic with money in it.
I found something written in Sylvan.
Oh, I speak Sylvan.
I'm just assuming I know that since we're siblings.
Yeah, that's fair.
Denov just sort of gave me the ability one morning.
You unroll the scroll and you see that this is a spell scroll for casting Fountain of Blood.
Ew! It's a gross scroll. It's arcane?
Or
does it matter?
You can cast it. It's Druid. It's divine.
Fountain of Blood.
Yep.
My ears perk.
That's what the name says.
Yeah.
What does it do?
This spell causes a geyser of blood to erupt from the ground, spraying all within a 20 by 20 foot area. The blood causes 4d4 acid damage to anyone that starts their turn in the area.
Oh, it makes a big doof of blood that does a bunch of owie.
And the geyser continues to go for concentration up to 10 minutes.
Oh! This is a really gross spell.
She must have been a lot of fun at parties.
I mean, if we're really, really, really mad at somebody who's really evil, I suppose, or maybe who's done some kind of harm to the environment, it might be. It's like Denov's ultimate revenge here. Blech.
We should keep it.
I wonder if it would make a good reagent. Is it Titan's blood? I don't think so.
Hard to say. Theoretically, totally if you're making the earth spew out blood, it might be Denev's blood.
It's like wild. Okay, then the analytical part of me is like, I'm going to use it to like collect some of it as a.
See here, I almost took Bloodstorm instead of Corpse Armor when I leveled. I took Corpse Armor and now I'm sad.
So those are the items you take. It takes you about 15 minutes to put all this together. So then the questions would be, one, now that you have the corpses built, like laid out, Jedryn, what would you like to do with these remains? And two, how do you feel about the fact that as you are looking this over and considering it in your peripheral vision, you can see Gix like squeezing out like a freeze pop when you have a little bit of
you can stop talking now. That's more or less how Jedryn feels about it, is peripheral vision. Someday someone will invent talk therapy and then I'll be able to deal with all this shit.
So you notice Gix, as Jedryn's looking over the bodies, she just goes like this.
I am very obnoxious, just going. It's hitting like it's not like normal food. This is like I haven't eaten in months, and this is the first thing I've eaten. That's like the type of joy that I seem to be getting out of it. So I'm like, what? It's great.
That's not healthy, bro.
You've been cursed.
Yeah, that's really not healthy.
That's Gorak's curse. We need to take you to some holy person and fix that, because that's just wrong.
I just go, nah. I just keep eating.
But just
don't knock until you try it. And I just hold out like what looks like might have been part of an eyeball.
Concerned you might get sick.
It's like grapes. I don't understand the problem.
Why don't you make a nature roll there, Millie?
Uh-oh.
You want people to think you're an unredeemed Titan spawn? They will think you are if you keep doing that. And then they'll, the god people will beat you up and stuff, and that would suck.
15.
You're reasonably certain that, in fact, he won't get sick from this at all.
Okay.
Given that he's a troll, I mean, chances are good that he can eat just about anything and walk away okay. It's probably not like as nutritious as, say, a good home-cooked meal, but he's probably not in any danger, aside from potential taint that he would get from...
I also thought that about the flesh strippers, and then the hagglings happened. So I'm concerned.
I mean, that's fair. That's fair.
You seem fine, though, which is nice. Hey, Jedryn and Zopa, do either of you want this neat dagger I found?
That was such a... And moving on from my psychopath.
Could definitely be handy. I don't know, Zopa, you want to flip a coin for it?
You were more than welcome to have it.
Okay, cool.
It's magic? I can figure... Well, I could detect magic.
Well, it's cold iron, so I don't know that it's
with it.
magic.
It's anti-fey.
Yeah, it in and of itself does not contain any magic. It was smelted through a magical process, though. It is considered a common magical item.
Yeah, I'll take it.
All right. It doesn't require attunement or anything. It just gives you that extra die if you hit a aberration or fey. So yeah, thoughts on the corpses? Are you you're standing in the doorway, but as far back as you can get, right, Cheshire?
Yeah, like I'm about here.
All right.
Yeah. I'm gonna... So I'm thinking we bury these guys, except for an individual identifying piece of each one, so that we can get word back to their people whenever we find them.
Yes,
I mean, I don't know what could do this to one of those guys. As far as I know, they're like... I mean, I'd heard they're functionally immortal, but, killable, but they don't normally get sick or whatever, and they're not supposed to corrode. That armor's like their bodies. So
probably the hag's muck on them made the armor corrode.
God, yeah, it could be. In any case, we should definitely try to get this back to some folks who know about them and will be able to mourn them properly. So yeah, if we can carry the remains outside, and I'll find an individual piece from each of them that we can keep, and we'll add them to the charnel pile on our frickin' wagon.
Well, thankfully,
when you bring up the wagon, I stop. I'm like, wait, we still have that fracture. Is there anything in here that we can use? And I kind of point at the Hollow Legionnaire corpses that I don't fully understand are corpses.
It's just pieces of armor. It's not.
Yeah.
No, we need wood. We need a big log or something for that.
Well,
right?
Yeah.
Well, I was thinking,
if it wasn't like rusted to shit, you could probably and you could create enough heat, you could probably smelt it. But
that's what I was thinking.
It's too you look at that metal and you're like, there's no way I could work that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Rust.
Yeah,
I was like, if we're gonna have a giant funeral pyre with hagglings in it, it might be hot enough to get something to at least hold together a little bit of the wagon a bit more.
I've got some spells that could do that probably better if I asked in the morning for them.
I mean, your spells are probably better than my woodcarver's tools. So.
Well, I don't know. I don't have mending or anything like that, but I've got heat metal. I could do that in theory.
You could use heat metal on it, but again,
I don't want to do it with a corpse, though.
Well, and if you try to do it on this, it's basically just going to fall apart.
Well, while we're all saying this, I remember that the haglings like had tacked stuff into them. So like I go over to one and like rip out the staples that was holding up. So I'm like, would this work? And
Can't we just go to a town and get it fixed at like a blacksmith or something?
That's what I'm trying to do. What do you mean? If it breaks down on the way there, what good is it? You guys are just going to make me carry everything and it's going to suck.
We've got this bag now. We can. How much more can we put in there? It's too small to put Sir Sasha in it, but we could get.
And then when you say that, I like realize that after all of like Cheshire dying and all that, I immediately stand up and run out.
Sammy's gonna go check on the statue.
Yeah, probably a good idea.
Probably a good idea. Yeah.
I think maybe the mouth of the cave is a good area for us to spend the night in because we've got the back way out, and then we've got the front way, and that's just two places we got to watch. And the dragon can keep an eye on the front door for us. So.
Just to be safe, is there anything? There was a passage continued further on. Is there anything down there we should worry about?
I can take somebody else sneaky and we can go take a peek.
Would I hear them saying that while I'm running out the cave? I'm trying to like use the arrow keys to show me.
I mean, I'm assuming you are like at a full run, so probably not.
All right. I'm still hauling ass the way I came out.
And I'll go with you, Jedryn.
Well, the two of you make a stealth check then, please.
The dark vision I gave you should last like
Stealth
hours.
Okay. Yeah, you're both good. What's your passive
Only a
perception?
22 mediocre roll. Passive 13.
Okay. And 16.
So as you're making your way out, coming down to the far south end, you discover that basically opens to another exterior cave mouth. So there's no further underground networks. You will have two angles of approach from the outside, basically, but you can have one watch them both.
Yeah, that's about what I figured.
Okay, cool. Gix, you arrive back at the camp and discover everything as you left it. You're able to get the horse and get everyone back to this cave. You're able to post the dragon as a guard out here, and you may all take a long rest.
Yeah. I'm also gonna set up some caltrops in the tunnel around the other end of the entrance. I'll leave a path through, but definitely have a little bit of a surprise there for anybody that tries to sneak up on us during the night from the behind.
Excellent. Surprise.
Anybody specifically want to be carrying the handy haversack? I mean, I'll take it. I don't have to be the one to carry it around.
I'll happily take it if nobody else wants it.
Okay, I did write down the contents on my character sheet, so. But like, we're rich, we're independently wealthy, blah blah blah.
It is probably a fair bit of coin.
Definitely enough to fix the wagon, if not just buy a better one.
Buy a new one, yeah. Throw it in the gutter and go buy another, as Easy E would say.
Yeah.
So you can feel free to apply the effects of the long rest. Who is going to take watches?
I'll take first watch because I was less beat to crap than everybody else.
All right.
Yeah.
I'll take the one after you.
Beautiful.
Note that your temporary hit points go away when you take a long rest. So, that I gave you from the thing.
But don't forget to increase your hit points according to your new level on both Astral and D&D Beyond. All right. Why don't you go ahead and give me a D20 roll, Jedryn?
Okay, just a straight D20. Nope.
Excellent. First half of the watch passes in relative peace. Everyone seems to be sleeping well. Well, your half of the watch, I should say. Everyone seems to be sleeping well and comfortable. Probably the most peaceful rest you've seen your siblings get since you all moved into Dad's new place. Is there anything that you are doing during that watch period?
Nah, probably just staring at the wagon, trying to figure out how to, how do you do that stuff with wood where the wood stays in one place, which I can't do because I don't have any proficiency with that, and trying to figure out if, basically just sitting there worrying for the most part.
You're like, if I had a relatively stiff piece of wire that I could unwind and wrap around the bottom of this thing to hold it in place, like a coat hanger that might be invented in the next few hundred years. That might help.
I know how to make traps. This is untrapping an object. I just brain around it.
Exactly. You wake Zopa and bed yourself down for rest. Zopa, again, you had a peaceful night. If you dreamt, you don't remember it. Why don't you go ahead and give me a D20 check if you don't mind. Beautiful. You see again, everyone seems to be resting peacefully. You hear the scuttling of a few animals, but they appear to, on investigation, to be small game, nothing alarming. What would you like to do? Anything special during your watch?
I have a lot of hair. It's usually up in crazy buns. So I take it down and I begin brushing out and removing bits that didn't get blown out with the fire hose.
Okay.
Otherwise, I kind of, creepily stare at everyone to make sure that they're all okay, because getting a little edgy about people continuing to try to die. Stop it.
Beautiful. The night passes without event. Sun rises, everyone wakes up, and you prepare some breakfast. Resuming your travel, I assume?
Yep.
Ask Adena for awesome spells today that might help us.
She grants you awesome spells. As you are traveling along, in lieu of any sort of real repairs to the wagon, you can choose to either travel at half pace, or you can keep going at a normal pace, but you're going to need to make a vehicles check to see if the wagon holds together.
Probably half pace, and as much weight as possible that I can fit into the haversack. I probably load crap in there, like a bag of grain goes in there, tuck those in there.
Okay. So you're reducing the weight on it as much as you can?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Right.
That is amazing. Can you get Sasha in there, and then we don't have to worry about her breaking?
we'd have to break parts off, and I don't think we want to do that.
No.
Yeah, I just kind of slowly turn when you said that.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm trying to keep her as intact as possible.
I don't have a fixing things spell. I'm sorry.
No, it's nobody's fault. It's just
I don't even think if we had a
crap
fixing
situation.
Yeah, I was gonna say I don't even think if we had a fix things spell, it would. What are we gonna fix it to?
Mm-hmm.
And how's that gonna work when she wakes up? Oh, yeah, by the way, while you were petrified in stone while we saved your burning corpse, we affixed some metal to your body.
No,
that didn't feel good. Or, there's a piece of wood in you now.
Yeah, no, mending coaxes the parts to actually stick back together. So
yeah, but
right,
I don't.
But who
I don't
knows,
know that
like,
spell.
if the stone doesn't get coaxed into being just part of her then. And,
Oh, yeah.
or we
Right.
accidentally rearrange an organ
the idea
somewhere it
is-
shouldn't be.
Well, the idea is we find stone to flesh and then cast raise dead. I guess.
think this is out of my wheelhouse.
It's kind of in mine. I mean, not stone
like
to flesh,
I know
but-
about magic and stuff, but like I'm not rolling the cards on this one. And he sits there and goes, "Roll cards." Cheshire must have said that recently. I don't know.
Actually, I would just like reincarnate her as something new.
I mean, it's still at the end of the day, even if that's what she wants. I think that's probably, and it kind of like dawns on Gix as we're traveling. Like that's probably what we should figure out is how to talk to her. See if,
Maybe her soul is moved on.
Yeah, if she even wants this or is reachable.
Although if she betrayed Chardoon, her soul might have gone to his place, and that would suck. So,
All things to consider. You make it about 30 miles when you hit the 8-hour mark. Are you going to force march, or are you going to stop at that point?
How close are we to the next town?
That's a great question. Who is in charge of navigation on this little road trip?
I think that was
Ranger.
Millie.
Probably.
Millie, why don't you go ahead and give me a survival check and let's find out.
Survival.
16.
Awesome. So you figure if you press on for about another hour and a half, you will make it to the next settlement that you have noted on a map.
I'd say that's worth it.
Yeah, I'm down for that.
All right. Let's get Constitution saving throws from each of you, please. Just
What?
to see if you get tired.
I'm sleepy. Millie can carry me.
Good. I
Yeah, if
think
anybody's-
it with my -1 strength.
I'm just gonna ride on the wagon for the end of it. I'm pretty light. Oh, what
Yeah.
am I saying? I can ride on Slaughter. I'm riding on the.
Okay. You managed to all avoid exhaustion, except for Triss. Triss, you take one level of exhaustion. And you arrive in town. You come into a small village. Number
So
of
there are
shops.
halflings?
Well, yes.
People who won't try to kill us for being monsters? Okay, good.
It does appear to be mostly halflings, yes.
I feel extra huge in a town full of halflings. Considering I'm already 8 foot, they're like knee high at this point. So-
Not you?
Now,
Barely.
the sun is mostly down, so at this point, most of the shops appear to be closed. You do see a few folks wandering about, humans and halflings.
Nice map.
Yeah. Wow, yeah.
I want this one.
What would you like to do?
I just place the stable.
Yeah.
The dragon?
In.
Okay.
Guess.
If the villagers are like, dragon, maybe we should be like, we'll park him outside.
No, not at all.
The
The
village.
villagers are not remotely surprised by the sight of a mock dragon. That's not unusual. However,
Do we want that kind of attention? I feel
Yeah,
like people
they're probably
generally
right.
know who rides much
Yeah, but Galastians don't have a lot of Slitherin in their military, so
Yeah, it's Grand Theft Dragon. That's what we're about to be doing, isn't it?
Seems like it's a little late. They say already eyeing some of the other commoners out and about.
Yeah, I mean, you kind of blew into town. But having said that, so far you haven't gotten too many sideways glances. There is a halfling just sort of walking along the way, kind of crossing the street over to the well. And she kind of looks over at you and raises an eyebrow, but
Your audio cut out.
Yeah, you're lagging.
Yeah, you bobbled a little.
Sorry. Better?
It's okay.
All right, cool. So this halfling woman is like walking across the street, and she raises an eyebrow at you as she ties her bucket to the well rope and starts lowering it down into the well.
Yeah. Hey, sister, I don't suppose that this town has an inn or somebody who'd be willing to put us up for a night for a little bit of extra pocket money?
She points at the door immediately to her northeast. She says, "That's the inn right there.
Oh, great.
Listen, we're a quiet town here. Mostly tradesfolk, a couple of farmers. We don't want any trouble, particularly from the military.
We don't want to give any trouble. Is there someplace, I don't know, is there a farm out of town where we can put him up, I say, jerking my thumb up at the dragon?
No, but I think I should be able to. I've got some room in the barn.
That'd be great. Thanks very much, sister.
Do you mind if I stay in the barn?
No, I think that'd be a great idea.
And sleep in bed.
No.
That's not
I just don't do beds, you know. They don't work. They're all too soft, and then they're lumpy, and then they're hot, and then just
She says,
no.
Right this way, and she starts leading you over to her place.
Awesome. I slip her 3 silver coins. Thanks, sister. I really appreciate this.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, happy to be of service.
Yeah.
And she says, "Is it domesticated enough to listen to your troll here?"
His name is Slaughter. He's very well trained, but I can stay in the barn too if we need to be.
And she turns to Gix and says, "Slaughter, will this listen to you?"
No. The dragon Slaughter. That's my brother, Gix.
Yeah.
Your brother, you say?
Adopted.
Yeah.
Adopted.
Yeah, we adopted her. I say it like laughing.
Just stick my tongue out at you. Like,
She says, "Whatever. One shouldn't ask questions that they don't want answers to." All right. Right this way, and she leads you into a relatively large space. Looks like she's got one horse in there. Looks like the horse has been. Looks like the type that maybe has been trained for racing. Maybe like a Percheron equivalent, something like that.
Wow, cool.
And seems to be in very good health. The stable is fairly nice. The other 2 stable sections are empty. She says it's going to be a tight fit, I think.
It's gonna really fit.
But we can make it work. And
He's a big boy.
Yeah, it's fine. I don't need a stall or anything, just somewhere to stretch out. I'll be fine.
Yes, indeed. I'll be sleeping in this adjacent room with a crossbow by my pillow.
Is it dangerous here?
Puts herself to bed.
Is there like any issues with the
She
town?
just closes the door behind her.
Okay.
It's weird that she thought my name was Slaughter. I say.
She misunderstood me.
Yeah. How did she know that you were adopted?
While all that's going on,
I tickled Gix.
park the wagon out front. Are you leaving Sir Sasha in the wagon parked outside, or are you going to take Sir Sasha in with you?
Man.
I think we should bring Sir Sasha into the barn with Gix.
Yeah. Cover her up and
I assumed that I probably would have drug her in during all that.
That's fine.
Yeah, makes sense.
While they're dealing with all of that stuff, the rest of you head into the inn?
Yep.
Actually, I want to take the wagon once it's unloaded and try and find a Wainwright to drop it off.
I was going to ask about that in the end, but yeah, you can do that.
I mean, go ahead and give me a perception check if you don't mind there, Zopa.
Pew! 11!
Looks to you like everything is closed down. Like, all the signs have been taken down. Like, there's poles out next to the doors that have, like, the shop signs on them. They've all been pulled for the night. So it looks like there's nothing open besides the inn.
Gotcha. So closed for the day, but not, like, out of business. Like, people haven't, like, fled this village for some reason.
Right.
Okay.
There's a couple of those shops that have the signposts do have lights in their windows. But judging by the size of these buildings, it looks like maybe that's because people are living in their shops.
Okay.
But
tomorrow it is.
Yeah, it looks like it's going to be a tomorrow thing. Cheshire, why don't you go ahead and give me a perception check as well?
Are you good at this, Cheshire? I always forget. Okay.
Pretty good. As you're making your way up to the inn's door, you hear a cacophony of whispers emerging from the well.
The well? That's where people drink water. So as people are like trying to do responsible things like finding ways to fix our cart, I'll just walk towards the well and like turn my back to it and like lean against it, see if I can discern any of the whispers.
Absolutely. You hear, I'm close. You need only come down here. We can speak.
You know, I can cast Breathe Water if I knew you needed it.
Yeah. I'm more concerned about, like, people drink, they don't want, like, I'm sure I still have some of the goop on me. They don't want that in their water supply. Now I feel guilty, but I'll say later and I'll walk into the inn.
All right. As the rest of you all step into the inn, there's a halfling woman. Looks like she's probably about 80, 85. Walks up to you. Says, what will you be needing? Drinks, food, place to stay, place to only spend an hour or two in? What are your needs for the night?
Food and rest overnight if that's on the menu.
Absolutely. We can do, let's see here. I can do you a... How many rooms do you need in total? We've got 3 normally that we rent out. I can squeeze probably 1 more if you really need it. If you all want separate rooms, or
no, I think 2 rooms will be fine.
Excellent. So each room will be 5 silver, and each person will be a 5 copper salt surcharge.
Does that seem about reasonable?
Yeah. I mean, 5 silver is a little steep for a backwoods inn. It's more what you'd expect to pay in a city. But it sounds like you're getting a bit of a deal on the salt surcharge, provided she actually gives you enough salt to surround each of your bodies.
So the The salt thing is new to me. Is that to keep away in goblins or?
It's to keep away in whites specifically.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah. Yep.
So
Smart.
Okay. I just say, wow, you don't mess around. Yeah, sure. That works pretty well for me.
I've been doing this job for many a year. I don't like finding corpses in the morning.
But Jedryn, how are we supposed to get experience points if we don't kill the in-white?
You don't have to use the salt.
That is phenomenal.
So let's see. We just got 4 of you then, so that'll be 12 silver.
12 silver. Okay. Yep. Here you go. And I fork over.
Excellent. And that comes with, as a amenity for your stay, we include a dinner, which I'm actually just about to finish up back there. And
I can smell.
we'll have a breakfast as well. So,
that's wonderful.
Any beverages y'all would like to add on? Split a pint of, or a jug of ale, perhaps?
Ale or cider if you have it.
I'm missing this. I'm eating good berries in the barn with Gix.
Yeah, we have some friends staying out in the barn where our animals are stabled. Is there any chance that I could get a platter of something to bring out to them?
A meal for non-guests will run you 2 silver. And I can get you a jug of ale and a jug of cider for an additional 2 silver.
Sounds great.
I nudge Jedryn and I go, get 2 orders for Gix.
Yeah. Let's
More orders for
right.
let's really go to town. Let's get 2 platters to bring out to my friends out in the barn. And we've had it's been a long week.
Yeah, you got the look of adventurers.
The menagerie is a clue.
Really?
I don't know if I'd call it an adventure, but yeah, we've definitely been drug ass backwards through plenty of stuff this week. So,
that's my understanding. That is the job description.
Gods, apparently we have a new job, guys.
She puts her hand out for coin.
Yep, I slip it in.
All right, so you're
Thank
looking
you
at
very much, grandmother. I appreciate it.
She nods. And you're looking at a total of, so that comes to what?
I've already subtracted it.
Okay,
16.
All right, cool. She walks off to the kitchen, comes back out with just massive plates of seasoned potatoes, and there's a selection of greens. There's bowls of stew, just on this huge serving platter, and sort of sets it like looks like it's twice her size. Like she's having a very bit of a struggle getting it out there, but she does get it out to the table and sets it down and starts serving everyone. So
Awesome.
let me get you a smaller serving plate. And she walks out with the big platter and comes back with like what appears to be like a wooden shield that just has had its straps pulled off. Hands it to you to take to your friends.
Awesome. Thank you very, very much.
Sets out goblets for each of you.
All right.
If you need anything, just shout, "My name is Annie." She tosses 2 keys down and steps over into the corner and cracks open a book.
That's how I want to end my days. Not for a while though. I guess I'll load up the platter and go take care of our friends in the barn.
All right.
I'll help you carry that out.
The 2 of you step out, leaving just Millie and Cheshire in the inn. Anything that Millie and Cheshire would like to discuss?
Not really.
You left the quiet ones together.
Quietly eating your food.
Yeah, we have food and chairs, and we're not on fire.
Millie, you feel the box that I'm assuming you have somewhere on your person, jiggling a little bit.
Toss some food in there.
It jiggles louder for a moment and then stops. Very good. Zopa, Jedryn, are you two having any sort of conversation as you cross the street?
Actually, everything I want to do when you come out of the building, you find me crouched in front of the barn. This is a main thoroughfare, and I'm chatting with the bush that's in front of the barn, just to see if it has seen anyone suspicious in the last day, particularly other mock dragons or people in metal armor.
Yeah.
You know.
Oh gods.
Not besides you, no.
Triss, are you okay?
Right.
Yeah.
Put my hand on your shoulder. You're talking to a shrub.
Yes, and I'm asking the shrub if the shrub has seen any Calastian soldiers in the last 24 hours pass through this town.
You tell her I think it's strange that she's talking to a halfling.
And the shrub thinks it's strange that I'm talking to a halfling, so
I pat Jedryn on the back.
The shrub says, "No, you're the only weird people I've seen."
Thank you. Give it some water.
Oh,
I'm going to pretend that this is a cool new thing that you just learned how to do.
I just learned how to do.
All right, we got dinner for you guys. So.
Oh, thank you. Yeah. You can give Gix my share.
You sure?
Well, I mean, I can just eat some good berries, but I just think he should eat good food and not, the horses.
Yeah, that was kind of the idea. We gotta keep an eye on him. If he looks like he's starting to lose control, that may be something that we have to deal with more immediately. I mean, I love him, but the last thing I think he'd ever want would be to be a danger to anybody else. So we got to keep a watch on this and make sure that he stays healthy about whatever it is he's doing with himself.
Am I close enough to hear any of this?
No, you're inside with a dragon that's breathing heavy and a couple of horses that are whinnying at you.
Dragon's doing this.
If the dragon has labored breathing and stuff like that, I'll be trying to pet him.
Yeah, I mean, it's very clear to you that Slaughter does not like their current sleeping arrangement, as they look like imagine, I don't know if you ever watched Grape Ape as a kid, but this giant dragon sitting in a very, very tiny box is really what it looks like.
I'm just picturing one of those really big cats that's in a cat box that's just a little too small, and it's basically completely filling the space.
Well,
it's like Dino trying to ride in the Flintstone mobile. You know what I mean?
I'll have a stall door open, but I'm sitting in it. At least this is a little bit better.
Yeah, and it's just kind of.
If there's anything nearby that I can roll to it, like a rock or wood, I'll flick it over at it and see if it flicks it back.
It sort of shimmies and sticks an arm out, and you hear almost a and maybe some wood buckle as the arm comes out. This stall is
mending.
Not built for this for a dragon of this size and stature.
I mean, Gix doesn't give a flying shit about what happens to this stall. So if Slaughter is rolling it back and forth, then I'm continuing along. Just trying to make it easy because I kind of understand being cooped up like that. So.
For sure. So and then back outside, is there any other exchange going on, or are you just?
I think that's about it.
At that. All right. You finish passing around food to everyone. You all are able to get a good meal in you and a nice warm bed. What's the sleeping arrangements going to wind up being?
Oh, Zopa completed her hide check, it looks like.
She did, that's true.
I'll probably take a watch just out of kind of habit and nerves.
Sure.
But, we should be pretty safe here.
Right.
I mean, when Jedryn comes back, or not Jedryn, Triss comes back in to go to sleep, I will probably keep watch outside the barn because of the crossbow situation, and they didn't answer. So, I'm convinced it's not safe.
It's fine. The crossbow was because of us. Yep. Doof.
We're so nice, though.
She's a god
We're so
thing,
nice.
and they still think we're Titan spawn, and they think we're monsters, and that's just life for us. You know that. They get nervous around us.
Well, what's the harm in being a little safe? A little fresh air won't hurt me anyway.
No. It's all good.
So I'll
Just don't eat anyone.
Why? I don't judge you for the food you eat. Close the barn door.
Alive. Don't eat anyone who's alive.
The barn door is already closed. I didn't hear you.
So I'm assuming that Zopa and Jedryn went back in the inn, and that Korggix is on the outside. You said you were going to still try to stand a watch. Are you going to stand the watch in the room, or?
Yeah, basically, just kind of, sitting by the window, keeping my ears up. Might even knock off early, but basically just kind of sitting there like.
And who is rooming with Jedryn?
I will.
I was assuming, yeah.
So Millie and Jedryn have one room. Leaves Cheshire and
Yep.
Zopa with the other.
The twins have the other one.
They're not actually twins. I just keep thinking they are.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we're not twins. She's the older one.
Mm-hmm.
And Millie, are you doing anything to prep while you sleep? Anything before you lay down for the day?
I'll do like a 15-minute training session with the flesh eaters.
Okay. Go ahead and give me a animal handling check if you don't mind. You may have advantage because of the food that you have on you.
Or I'm there to help.
Come on. Nick this thing.
It seems that every time around this day we have some. Let's refresh astrals and see if it's
Astral goes, oops. Yeah, it's persnickety. But the new features are really nice. I love it.
The features are really nice.
Oh
Cool. I'm gonna refresh astral.
Sweet. While we're waiting on that,
This one does.
any prep that Cheshire is doing, or is Cheshire going to stay up and?
Cheshire's just gonna take like a quick nap and then wait until Zopa is quiet enough and the town is quiet enough, and then he's gonna take a stroll, get some nice fresh air.
Thought that might be the case.
Yeah.
While we're waiting on the refresh, why don't you roll perception for me, if you don't mind, Cheshire?
Take a bath first?
I want to be in my cleanest nightgown.
You own a nightgown?
I assume I would own a oh.
There we
That
go.
is a great perception check.
Awesome. Yeah, so you have no idea. Excellent. And Millie, you absolutely do train them. Make some progress in their training. So right now, I'm going to give you a choice here. So mark it down on your sheet, whichever one you'd like to choose. I will allow you to either use your action to give them an attack command, which when you get the extra attack feature, you will be able to also make an attack when you give them that command. Or you can use a bonus action to give them a dash command.
I'm going to do the dash. I don't really want them in combat. They're very small.
Very good. Excellent. Go ahead and make a note of that. So at any turn on a bonus action, you can tell your pets there to dash. Excellent.
We have the awesomest animal companions.
They're pretty nifty. So Cheshire, you're fairly certain everybody is knocked the fuck out. Are you taking a stroll in your clean nightgown?
Yeah. Just up to the...
You step out into the nightgown. The barkeep is no longer there. She has retired to her chambers. As you're walking along, you step out into the main area to the inn. The doors are locked from the inside. But it's like a bar, like you can lift it and move it if you choose.
Yeah, we'll move the bar.
All right. Jedryn, why don't you go ahead and give me a perception check if you don't mind.
You're muted.
Oh, sorry. Yeah. 19.
You definitely hear movement outside, and as you look, you see Cheshire stepping out into the lawn. Gix, you clearly see Cheshire as you're sitting up there.
In his nightgown.
Yeah, so I was going to say, I would have been like, my idea was I was going to like lay in front of the door, and that was like, if I fall asleep, I'm in front of the door, and who's going to move me?
Yeah, I mean, that's fine.
So
we'll rob a different barn.
I sit up and go like, kind of like, what the fuck? So I'm like sitting up and getting to address them as I see them walking out.
As I put on the spider climb slippers, walk down the wall of the inn, stomp over to the yard, and they're like, "What are you doing?"
Now that I see this, I'm definitely walking over.
You're supposed to be in bed.
So are you.
I'm not the one wandering around in a nightgown.
And with zero nuance, Gix goes, "What are you guys doing up?"
What are you?
Oh my God.
What the hell's going on?
Look, everybody should go to bed. I'm just taking a walk.
I was in bed, and then you just walked out here in your nightgown like a weirdo.
We're not doing this secret shit. Secret shit is how Dad ended up chained to a basement door. So don't
what? We're doing secret shit. What are we doing here for secret shit? Is Dad here?
Shh. Let's not wake everybody else up. Let's see if we can resolve whatever bullshit this is without getting everybody else involved.
What bullshit? He was just going outside for a walk. What did I miss? I'm getting more and more panicked and concerned.
Okay. All right. Everybody take a breath. Gix, it's probably okay. Cheshire, what are you doing?
Okay, this is Jedryn. Okay. Long story short, all those times I almost died?
Yeah.
You're not going to like this, so just take a breath. There was someone on the other side who pushed me back.
You're wrong. I do like that.
They didn't push me back for free. So I'm going in here in this well. And I assume I'll be back.
Are you sure this wasn't the dream? I tried to tell you could talk to me about this.
I'm pretty sure this was not a dream. Especially when I missed that last attack on the hag, and then someone was like,
"You didn't miss. I saw you hit it."
Yeah, because that person or that thing said, "With a sword, you put the pointy end in them and fixed it."
Your dream is a lot more in depth than mine was.
Okay, Cheshire, I trust you on this. I understand you're going into the well.
I don't understand all.
And at that point, I'm like, "We're going swimming." I'm super excited.
Cheshire, do you think Gix can go with you, or is this like a alone time kind of thing.
I would say Gix probably shouldn't go with me.
Okay.
What Gix? What if you watch the well to make sure no one else jumps in, and if I'm not back in say an hour,
I can be there that long. I've learned the hard way when we were younger that you definitely cannot be there that
long. Exactly. I don't know what is going to happen, so we're just going to see what happens.
All right. You do your thing.
If I'm
we'll
down,
stay up here and watch.
Thank you. And then I will kind of get closer to the well, and then I'll be like, I really wish I knew how to cast breathe water.
And
then I'll
as you're saying
just
that,
asked me.
Do you look very like timid and like reserved about going in?
Yeah, I look like I'm about to die.
Okay, so what I just assumed that you need to be in there for like some special dream dad reason. So I assume you're totally safe. So I'm just gonna push you in like I would have when you were younger.
Excellent.
You got this.
So Cheshire goes ass over tea kettle into the well. You splash into the water. You hear a splash come up from the bottom. And
I think there was water in there.
When he splashes, I want to sit on the inside of the ring, like my feet dangling over the edge, just like staring down into the well.
And you've got dark vision, right?
Yep.
So you see him hit probably about 30 feet down. And he like belly flops.
I can see he didn't get much better.
And then sinks slowly to the bottom of the water. Cheshire, when you hit, you take in a lungful of air. I need you to make a charisma saving throw, please.
That's not great.
Better than Constitution.
All right. So you're able to choose whether you want to fight your instincts to cough this water up and stand up, or stay in the water as you were instructed.
I will fight the instincts and stay.
So he's not struggling to me then?
He doesn't appear to be struggling at all.
Okay.
He appears to just be peacefully sinking to the bottom of the well water. You start to black out as you hit the bottom. The water flowing through this area is not nearly rapid enough to actually move your body. And right when you hit the rocks, you immediately feel a falling sensation again. And air rushes at you as you realize you're falling down a waterfall. You hit another pool and come up from under the waterfall, and you stand up and you're surrounded by this oasis, this verdant paradise. You've never seen greenery this green. You've never seen water so clear. This reminds you of tales of what Skarn was like before the Divine War.
Mm-hmm.
And you see a woman standing in the pool. She's got almost like bronze skin. Appears to be human.
Mm-hmm.
Wearing an elaborate headdress that is made out in various sort of avian. There's various sort of avian carvings into it, and it's got like a solid gold structure. And she steps forward. She has black hair that hangs down probably to the middle of her waist. She steps forward and smiles. You came.
I did. It looks pretty here, although the trip was a bit rougher than I was expecting.
You are in one of the passages that leads to the afterlife.
That would explain why it was a bit rough. Okay.
This is where I took my vow of service. And this is where I was given the assignment that led me to you.
What assignment was that, by the way?
You might say I'm in Gelspad on business. But when I found you, I was overwhelmed with curiosity. You are unlike any creature I've encountered before. And I've been serving in this capacity for some time. Tell me, where do you come from? You're not from here.
Oh, that's what you're talking about. Not really sure. Sister might know more than me. But no, we're not from here.
Okay. But you don't know where you're from.
No.
I love a mystery. So, your sister, which one? I'm of the impression that you and your entire group are related, yes?
Yes, the oldest one also is from, I think she mentioned the Dragonlands or something. I'm really not sure.
Her eyes widen a bit.
Oh, shit.
She says, of course. I've only heard tell of the Dragonlands. I've never visited. You see, I don't typically I wouldn't normally be here, but my superior has concerns about various bits of business that are taking place on this continent. The goddess I answer to.
Mm-hmm.
I'm glad that I met you, though. You are quite fetching, and I would like to learn more, perhaps, about this place through your eyes. You and I are alike in many ways. Pulled from the brink of death by people who love us. By the power of love, one might say.
Oh, no, she's referencing family. But yeah, I'm all aboard now.
We're both outsiders on this land. And we both would like to put right things that seem to be going very, very wrong.
This is true. Oh my gosh, I didn't even thank you. You saved me and my family yesterday.
It was the least I could do, but a mere small token of my affection, of my interest.
Well, I do agree, we do seem to have a lot in common.
He steps closer to you. I would like to bind our energies, connect our souls. Through it, I may gain sight through your eyes, knowledge of your trials, access to your judgment and connection across the planes. I can only humbly offer in exchange a portion of my power.
So Cheshire will think, because there are a lot of big words that even though he is the grandest of all wizards, he doesn't quite understand just yet. You can offer me power that I can use to protect my family?
Yes, of course.
I mean, this sounds like a fair trade to me. And of course, I'd like to learn more about you. Like you said, you've been admiring me from afar. I have seen you maybe 3 times, and only when I was like almost dead. So
she steps up and like runs a hand like across Cheshire's brow and puts his bangs behind his ear and says, "I would very much like to know you better. May I kiss you?"
then we'll lean in.
She leans in, and as your lips touch, you feel overwhelmed with a connection soul to soul as energies pass between you through this kiss. You start to feel an aspect of her true nature and its connection to not only death, but the maintenance of the remains beyond death, connection to dead bodies specifically. You get the feeling that she is connected to some sort of hierarchy in the universe's order and the way death is supposed to function. She is a cog in a larger machine. Plucked from the verge of death herself and placed into service by what she believes to be a goddess. And you feel aspects of that power and aspects of that responsibility almost wash into your soul. But you also feel the sense of love, the sense of adoration and responsibility for stewardship, I guess would be the best way to put it. The sense of ensuring that the remains are treated properly as a steward for the soul, making sure that the transition is unhindered as the person is going to the next place. You feel the joy that she takes in this quest.
So can I just say, as a player, I literally thought I was like selling my soul to the devil. And this is so much better.
I've been trying to figure out who she is.
I have a pretty good guess, I think. But
Speaking of guesses and things, how good is Korggix with time?
You're not, like, as far as you're concerned, he's been down there for a few seconds.
Okay. Because I'm like, am I like diving in right now?
Right.
Okay.
She pulls away from the kiss after what feels at the same time like an eternity and like all too brief of a brushing of physical contact. And she says, "Cheshire, it is my pleasure to bind with you. I am Naya, the page of Gemgal." And she rubs your face again and says, "We'll speak again, but now you must return."
It's a pleasure to meet you, Naya. I anticipate our next speaking. And then I'll look around at like the verdant green and how happy like things are here. And then I'll just slightly say, kind of under my breath, do I really have to? Next time.
As you're in the middle of, do I really have to? You, as you're looking down the well, I assume Jedryn and Korggix are both looking down the well. You see, like a bit of panic in Cheshire's limbs, and then he just does like a push-up and like just pukes up a whole bunch of well water.
I've been telling you since I can't remember how long. That's not how to swim.
You've got that burning, like if you ever have gotten like water in your sinuses, you know what I'm saying? Like that fire behind your eyeballs. Your lungs hurt as you're coughing out water, but you are basically okay and may make the alterations that we discussed.
Yay! So I'll like ask, can you guys just help me up? Oh god, is there a rope? Just something.
Yeah. I think he said 30 feet he fell.
Yeah. I mean, there's a rope on a winch.
On the
So I was gonna say I was gonna grab a hold of that and kind of like slide down the wall holding on to that. Just like kind of non-verbally confirming with Jedryn that she was gonna be cranking us up because I was already in the well and I didn't want to do the cranking.
I'll give.
I'm just slowly like eye contact with you as I go down the well.
I'm just doing my best not to let the winch slip with my strength of 8.
Yeah, I'm sure the 280 pounds of me is totally fine.
I'm just trying not to wake everybody in the neighborhood because we've built up some goodwill here, and I don't want to wreck it.
In like 2 hours, you can hear,
I mean, as far as everybody knows, we just wandered in. He sleepwalks and fell in the well. Happens all the time.
Yeah.
Nobody seems to have noticed this going on.
Good. All right. I try to help them winch themselves out.
And as soon as I get close enough, I'll like reach up and like just grab the rim and just pull myself on solid ground.
I'm kind of not super excited about getting out of the well. I was excited to go swimming. So I'm kind of bummed that I'm not allowed to swim. But
we'll find you a lake.
I'll reluctantly get out.
Next time we find you a lake, I promise we'll do everything we can to let you get a good swim in. I know how that must feel.
It just makes sense.
We should have like a family lake day.
I'd love to do that again.
As you say that, I was like, don't you remember last time? Maybe you don't remember last time. Maybe you don't remember last time.
I wasn't talking about the last time. The second to last time was nice. We had a picnic. Nothing got eaten.
Nobody almost drowned.
Jumped out of someone's hand. It was idyllic.
I mean, now I know not everybody can hang out underwater for so long. You know?
All right, look. Go to bed. Go to bed. I'm going to bed. I stalk back over to the inn, walk up the wall, and in through the window.
While Jedryn's walking away, I'm like, mocking her. She goes
you all return to your neutral corners and are able to rest. Are you making any? Are you doing anything else, Cheshire? First of all, I guess, are you going to try to go into the room quietly, or are you too far off in Cloud 9 to figure that out, or what?
I'm going to just sit by the well for like another 30 minutes to an hour. Like, remembering...
If you do that, then I'm going to pester you about, was it about your dream? You doing okay? Like, kind of get serious?
We need to talk soon. Not today. I'm still figuring things out, but I need to talk to you about how you fight.
What? Just stab him.
Yeah, that works. And then I'll like let myself like dry off a little bit, and when I'm like sufficiently dry, I'll walk in, put the thing back. I assume still kind of wet, and then go to bed.
Probably, yeah.
As you're walking away, I'm like, didn't you know how to cast spells anyways? You've been this whole time, I thought.
Apparently, I haven't been doing it the right way.
I didn't know there was a right way.
Neither did I, but apparently I've been doing it wrong.
Maybe you'll have to teach me the right way. How does going into the well mean you know how there's a right and wrong way?
There's a lot of things in the well if you know where to look.
Classic.
I'm very concerned about what you might have eaten while in the well.
Go ahead and give me a stealth check as you're going back into the room, Cheshire, by the way.
Not all mold is good mold. Cheshire.
That's true.
Oh, wow.
Okay, what's Zopa's passive perception?
16.
Okay, and you're asleep, so you'd have disadvantage.
Yeah, so like 11.
Yeah, so you don't get woken up by any of this.
Yeah, there's actually, I've like pushed myself up in this really awkward position, and there's some drool coming out, and every so often, like my back leg kind of twitches. Obviously dreaming something, but probably something not being murdered.
Right. Something a little bit more tame. That's fair. And the rest of you all managed to get your night's rest. It is again a relatively peaceful repose. You may all apply the effects of a long rest, and you rise in the morning. What would you like to do on the next day?
See about getting.
Oh, go ahead.
I was going to see about getting the wagon fixed up.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, you're able to find a Wainwright that can fix your wagon up for probably about 2 gold. I mean, it's going to need a whole new bottom.
As soon as the sun hit Gix's face, I would be going to find Butcher.
Okay. You're able to do so. Do you have any coin?
Not that wasn't shared with me. I don't think I have anything.
So you'd probably have to wait for the others to get
I have 3 silver and 1 copper.
Mm-hmm.
I will go with Gix. I also would like to pick up some meat for the flesh strippers.
Okay. How much would you like to spend on meat, I guess would be the question.
How much does it cost? Like, per pound?
You're just looking for like a pound of like not particularly high quality meat?
I was going to inquire about bear or deer or boar.
Well, let's see.
If they have something exotic, I'm willing to try it.
So you can get a pound of like just regular ass like normal quality. Here it would probably be deer.
Some venison
for 2 gold. You could get just rinds and throw off for 5 silver. And you can per pound, and you can get a new wagon. I'll let you know just as soon as.
How much do the flesh strippers need to eat per day?
I mean, they can eat up to their own weight per day.
Their own weight is very small.
Right.
All right, can I get like a half pound for 1 gold?
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, I need far more than a pound.
a new wagon would be 35 gold, so the repair job's not bad.
Yeah, can I get like 6 pounds or 3 pounds for 6 gold?
Yeah, you just need to borrow some gold.
Yeah, I'm just kind of giving puppy dog eyes to the nearest sibling, which I assume
Jedryn has all the cash.
Yeah.
Well, no,
I do.
I gave you the bag, so.
You gave me the bag, yeah. You didn't give me the numbers, so.
Right, but Millie's carrying cash, though, too, right?
Yeah, I'm with Gix. I can buy him some meat.
All right, you grab 6 pounds of deer.
The first pound will not make it out of the bush.
I can't afford 6 pounds. I have 8 gold.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I don't want. I wanted 6 gold worth of.
Oh, right. So
yeah, for 3 pounds.
3 pounds.
Yeah.
Yeah, you eat the first pound like as you're walking out the door.
Is there any bonus to what would the int of a deer be?
Low.
Like 1 or 2 or something.
Yeah. Something like
Boom. 1 temp HP. Easy.
Yeah.
Frowning at my poor wallet.
We have just a ton in the bag, man. A ton of money in the bag.
They walk back into the inn looking sad and broke.
I look great. I don't understand money so great.
Seriously, if we're broke, let's split up some of the money we got for.
Let's divvy things up.
The last time I was given money, it did not end well.
That's a good point. We should just buy things for Gix, but
yeah. I like having most of our money in like the bag, but we should all also have some pocket money.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got some. I just like rattle around the change I have.
Yeah, how do you want to divide it up?
Let's say 60% party treasure, and then divvy up the remaining 40% evenly among everybody. Does that seem fair?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's not like we have enough for a resurrection fund or anything like that. So
yeah.
Ooh, that's a thing that I probably would be looking for as a cleric of some kind in this town.
You find a small owl-faced shrine. It's maintained by an acolyte of Madriel who looks at the statue and goes, that's a bit beyond my capabilities.
Yeah. But you guys get spells?
But do you know the Muffin Man? Do you know where we need to maybe go to get this taken care of, or
the higher brilliance? I don't.
The acolyte just hands us like a roll of duct tape. Good luck.
Well, the nearest temple that might have clerics capable of this. Oh boy.
Rather a hike, I'm betting.
Fangsfall.
Yeah, probably.
Shalzar is closer than that, brother.
Yeah, Shalzar is closer than that.
Well, I don't think we want to walk through the festering fields.
I mean, in areas that are friendly to Calastia, the nearest one is probably in Rayco that would be capable of casting these spells.
Rayco?
Yeah.
Isn't that like is that the place that's not on my map because my map cuts it off at the
Probably, yeah. Yeah. It's probably the closest place that's friendly to Calastia.
What about people that are neutral to Calastia?
Says, well, I wouldn't know. I'm a loyal citizen of Calastia.
That's fair. I know I didn't say enemies of Calastia, just a neutral. I'm not going to go to the officials or something.
You're talking a collection of very challenging spells here that need to be cast.
Yeah.
And if you'd be heading the other way, I mean, perhaps the people of Hollowfaust might be able to give you some sort of help. I don't know.
They're not really ones for bringing people back to life, though, don't they?
Right.
Bring people back to not life?
Right. I don't know if I would trust them with a friend of mine's body.
Yeah.
Past that, if you go to the Gleaming Valley, I'm certain you could find someone.
Yeah. Yep. Okay.
Is the Gleaming Valley neutral to Calastia?
Let's just pretend I didn't suggest the Gleaming Valley.
Ready. Call it Faust it is then. Thank you.
They're saps.
Yeah, that's the best that you're able to get for that. Is your best bet is actually probably the Gleaming Valley.
Do they have any potions for sale? Like healing potions? We got all this money.
They don't have the Elface Shrine doesn't have them, but there is a shop in town that basically can provide any common or uncommon potion, and can provide any common magic item. So.
Common magic item. I got a cloak of bellowing. Yeah.
I got that.
Yeah, those are kind of styling.
Those are very styling. Mostly helpful in combat, but very styling.
Yeah. The common magic items would be 1d6 times 100 gold pieces if you wanted to buy any of them. The potions would be a regular healing potion, I think, is 50 gold.
Yeah.
And then the uncommons would be 150 each.
Jedryn, Zopa, do we want to buy some healing potions?
How are we doing on those?
I don't know if we have any.
Yeah.
Just a thing.
Healing potions would probably be a good idea. If we can manage at least one or two.
The apothecary does say, I am having a buy 5, get the 6th one free deal on potions right now for the holidays.
How much are the potions again?
It's the commons are 50, the uncommons are 150 each.
50 and 150, so 250.
50 for 6.
Do we have 250?
Yes, we do.
Okay.
We have 1,300.
1,300. Yeah, let's do that. That'll get each of us a potion.
They give you a lovely carrying case. It's like a wooden box that has like built-in like holders for the vials. And it says, "Do you want me to wrap this for you?"
No, that's fine.
It's a gift.
Honestly,
no, it's okay.
It just needs a piece of. It needs an open front and the words "In case of Tuesday, break glass." But
what holiday's coming up?
One
of the major four? Oh, okay.
Nothing.
Grim Day!
Y'all's is just city folk. So I figured I could make good.
It's Step Day. This is the day that some Titans stepped on this piece of land, and Corian showed up and punched him in the jaw.
Yep.
Yeah. We call it Christmas. So yes, you may have those.
That's the noise it made when he got punched.
Yeah, Christmas. Exactly.
So we've got 6 potions of healing. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, everybody's got a common potion of healing.
Beautiful. Any other things that need to be addressed before you leave the town, or at least before the end of the session?
If anybody's got a good map of the surrounding area, I wouldn't mind getting a look at that.
You can get a look at it, no problem. If you want to buy a copy, there is a cartographer that will sell you a very detailed map of the entirety of the heteronomy for 20 gold.
That's expensive, but
comes with a case.
That's honestly, that's worth it. I'm going to pick that up.
I will knock that off my. For some reason, I'm tracking the party treasure.
Well, we can.
I get it.
We'll figure it out after.
We'll consolidate later. Yeah.
You will then have advantage on your survival checks to navigate there, Millie.
Yay!
So, anybody else need anything else?
Food for kicks.
I already bought food. I got some food. I can make do with the wild after this.
Did we do the math on the gold distribution?
Not yet. Is there something you want?
No.
Just to know how many gold or in everybody's purse.
I figure we can do that off camera.
Okay.
All right. Rock and
I
roll.
took all the stuff we just bought out of party treasure. So.
All right. Well, in that case, then I guess we'll wrap up game for this week with a nice, calm day spent at an inn. Nobody died. Well, that's not true. Only one person died, and it was only for a minute.
Yeah.
And it was planned. You're like, Kiefer Sutherland and Flatlanders now.
You're gonna need a support group soon.
Please make sure that you have marked down everything that you've acquired on your sheets, because I'm certainly not keeping track of your stuff. Does anybody have any questions, comments, complaints, or concerns before we adjourn for the week?
Not for the game, but for after.
Excellent. Well, I would also like to then let you all know that you may select one common magic item, each of you, between now and next session, that you find within your stuff as my Christmas present to you. Have fun with it.
Was it common, uncommon?
You cut out.
Common, sorry.
Okay, cool.
So feel free to steer into the silly.
All right, getting a Gauss rifle, because those are common.
There are...
Setting appropriate.
Yeah, something that you might actually find in the setting would be good.
Are you saying that Korggix can't wield a Gauss rifle right now?
I am. That's exactly what I'm saying. Yes. I would like to point out that we are now at the latest refresh.
Just so close a minute ago.
At $25,134 at the Dead Man's Rest Kickstarter. So, theoretically, if that doesn't shift in the wrong direction, we should have unlocked all of our listed stretch goals at this point. So I'm going to rattle some trees and see if we can shake loose another stretch goal or two. In the meantime, that doesn't mean you should stop backing it. You should keep backing it.
Yeah.
There are a couple of things that are still available, I do believe. If you wanted to, say, go a little premium and get, your name in the book, or name an NPC in the book, rather. You want to be used as an art reference. Those tiers still have a couple of slots left. There are still 2 slots if you want to come play in an epic 4-hour one-shot with me as your GM. There's still 2 slots open for that. And there is 1 slot left of the super premium summon scribe perk, which basically means I am your developer for a Slitherin Vault project. So you can back any of those or just get a PDF.
If we want to make that shinier, Fran and or I could do an edit pass on that as well.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Throw that
Sweet.
Yeah.
Hop in.
If we wanted to double down on it.
Snag it up.
Not to volunteer Fran for stuff.
Sure, yeah.
Which I do every time. But
Take my wife, please.
On that end, then, we will be wrapping things up. Please head over and pick up the Dead Man's Rest Kickstarter. Make it happen. Let's push it as far as we can. Let's make James unlock a bunch more stretch goals in the next 2 days.
Hell yeah.
I don't want that man to get any sleep. All right. So whilst I am doing that, let's go ahead and do our outros. And this week we're going to start with the man of the hour, Cheshire. Give us your pertinence, please.
So I am Chaz, he, him, a PhD student who studies video games and storytelling and music and all that stuff. And while normally it is amazing and awesome, I love it so much, I fucking hate it right now. So I'm still done with my thesis and I want to be over. And so I'm going to put that out there. I just want it done.
I'm sorry.
But we're so close, and we're so close. And in this game, I am Cheshire, he who has now seen the other side and is really like, why do I keep going back? I should also he him. He was a fighter who was using a unique subclass that Travis let me playtest. It's one that I am developing. It is fun. It's unpredictable. And I have now switched to a new class, which I'm sure will be revealed next week, because there's one spell which I just cannot wait to cast. I love it so much.
Excellent. So definitely be sure you tune in next week to find out what that mystery spell is. Next up, Millie, give us your pertinence, please.
Hello, my name is Ayli. I'm a fetish model. You can find me on Twitter at Kitty Curiosity. I am also part of an X-rated D&D stream called Roll for Seduction, and you can find us on Twitter at Roll Seduction or online at rollforseduction.com. I play Millie, whose pronouns are she, they, and she's the Tiefling Ranger of the group.
Indeed, yes. And that, as you may have suspected, is going to start coming in a little bit more play with your Ranger subclass and your nature. So we're going to start, things are starting to come together. So thank you for playing that. And definitely, yes, if you're grown, go check out Ayli's other work. It's great stuff.
Only if you're grown.
Only if you're grown. Next up, we got Korggix. Give us your pertinence, please.
I am Tric. I play Korggix. I'm he, him, just like Korggix is. Korggix is an 8-foot-tall Scrag that you can find in Yoga's Guide to Gelspad Part 2. So if you're interested in that, you can go check that out. They're super fun. I'm loving it so far. I am a level designer, outsourced for Relic Entertainment for years and years and years. I've done a bunch of other community projects for Doom 3 to Quake, all over the place. So level design is what I focus on a lot on my Twitch stream, which is variety. Even if I'm not playing anything that really requires me to talk about level design, it's still kind of find a way to do so, even though I am playing, say, Skylines, which is just level design. But I'm doing all that, and then I'm writing a bunch of fun stuff for the Patreon for D&D for my own game setting / book. There's a bunch of spells going up soon. The spell cards are done, so there'll be all kinds of cool spells that I showed Chaz a bunch. I think all of them, in fact. Some cool items I've shown, and same with Travis. So if you guys are interested in any of that stuff, it'll be up early for the Patreons, but I do occasionally make free posts, so it's worth a follow on there anyway, just to see my mediocre writing. Yeah.
Definitely head over to the Patreon and check that out. That's the hair trick writing?
Yeah, I want to change it to press because that seems more fun, but I don't know.
Well, for the moment, it's
writing, yeah.
Hair trick writing.
Trick writing because puns and cosmic horror.
Beautiful. Next up, we've got Triss. Please give us your pertinence.
Hi, I'm Sarah Stewart. I'm she, they. I play Triss, the Rotfolk Druid S incarnate, who's she, her, who's the youngest of the family and very enthusiastic. And loves her family very much, but would give anything to have a little tiny bit of awesome knowledge. And so she's just looking through stuff. I've got so many irons in the fire, I can't even count them all. Check everything out on Drive-Thru RPG, looking for Sarah Stewart or Francis Stewart as our various titles. But coming up in January 8th, 9th, and 10th, Fran and I will be running some Scarlands games as part of OrcaCon Online. It is a virtual convention this year. And if you want to play in a game kind of like this, except, a one-shot, run by two people who know Scarlands pretty gosh darn well, sign up, because there are still plenty of slots available in both our Saturday and Sunday games. So it is $2 to get on the schedule, but it's only $2 to get on the schedule.
There will be awesome combat, ridiculous voices, and blood.
Because
and probably alliteration, too.
Oh, there will definitely be alliteration. There's a rule. So that's something coming up in January.
Beautiful. Rock and roll.
And there's a billion other things, but I don't need to talk about them.
Fair enough. Excellent.
I threw the link in the Zoom chat, so if you can throw that in the...
Appreciate it. You should be able to share links here, but that's okay. I will make sure.
Oh, can I share the link? If I can share the link.
I think you can. You should be able to. There we go. Sure, yeah, see? Yeah. We can both do it. Yay.
1,000 people.
Yes.
Zopa, you're up next. Give us your pertinence, please.
I'm Jeremy Hochhalter, he, him, playing Zopa, she, her. You can find me on Twitter at WHPubs, here on Twitch at WH Publications, and on Facebook at WH Publications. Wednesday, I'm on Chaz's game. Did you already mention that? I didn't hear it. I
did not. Completely forgot.
Hey. Join us on Wednesdays or WH Publications here on Twitch for his Final Fantasy 14 inspired D&D game, which I died last week, so that was fun.
You did die. Yeah, I forgot about that.
So we're gonna, and he ended it right there. So now it's gonna be interesting, right?
Did you
And then
roll up a
usually
new
you can
character?
see us on not yet. Usually you can see Sarah and I on Fridays at WH Publications doing the lore you know, talking about Scarred Lands history and stuff. But for the next 2 weeks we won't be on because holidays and stuff. So yay.
We didn't
We'll
finish.
see after the new year.
We didn't say what we were doing. Did Tric say what we're doing on the 1st?
No, because it's still not set 100,000% in stone.
All right,
so
all right.
When everybody's like, yeah, totally, and I'm like, yeah,
Okay.
then I will be happy to.
And we got one more
Talk
game
more
this
about
year.
it.
We
got
are
one
going
more
to be
game.
here next week, right? No, nobody has an issue
Yep.
with being here next week? Is that
Yeah.
correct?
Should be.
Yeah.
I'm not
good.
going anywhere.
So I'll be
Yeah.
bugging you all in Discord more than normal soon.
Okay, rock and roll.
And-
So that brings us to Jedryn, yes?
Hi, I'm Fran Stewart, she, her, and I'm playing Jedryn, the grumpy-ass halfling rogue, also she, her. And I write and edit stuff, and mostly these days I write and edit Scarland stuff. You can find my name on a number of products on drive-thru. You can also find the book my wife and I co-wrote, Vigilant Through Shadows and Dreams, Book 1, which she's now scrambling frantically for reader copy, which is an awesome story about a guy who's basically about as fucked as a character in one of Travis's games usually is.
Except he's level like 4. Yeah.
Except he's level about 4, and he doesn't have the gods looking out for him. So yeah, pretty doomed. But it's a really awesome little Scarred Land story. If you want more of the flavor of what the world is like, it's a great place to go look. So look for me as Francis Stewart, wherever fine ebooks are sold, and come find me on Twitter at Ronalyn Valor. And feel free to ask me questions about the Scarred Lands, or about writing, or about editing, or about Excel, or well, just about anything. Take care and have a good holiday.
Yes, and that I guess leaves me, Travis Legg, he, him. I have the honor of being the game master of this particular shit show and another shit show that I run on the first, third, and fifth Wednesday on this channel. I also run games on Onyx Path at times. I will be returning to Roll for Seduction in the new year with more Odysseys and Overlords. A couple things. Obviously, I'm just going to once again throw that link in there that I would love you to go and back Dead Man's Rust. Looks like we've gone up another $100 or so since I last shared the link. So if that was one of you, thanks. I also wanted to let you know that I have a couple of bundles. If you go onto my Twitter, you'll see them. I'll be tweeting them again shortly. But I have a couple of bundles. Everything that I've done for Storyteller's Vault is 80% off right now. Everything I've done for Dungeon Masters Guild is 80% off right now in a bundle. And then no bundle necessary. Everything that I've got up at the Drive-Thru RPG Age of Studios store is 80% off in digital copies. So if you haven't yet checked out Odysseys and Overlords, for example, perfect time to do it. You can get it for a song. It's like $1 right now. So go forth, buy those things. They're fun. And pretty pleased with sugar on top. All of you have a happy whatever you celebrate. If you celebrate nothing, I hope you have a relaxing downtime while the rest of the world is cuddled up celebrating their holidays. Whatever you choose to do, just do it safely. Please wash your hands, wear a mask, and remember there's a vaccine on the way, so we're not much longer, y'all.
Yep.
We will be back here next week to dive in a little further and see what the repercussions are of, say, Cheshire's new relationship and some of the other decisions that have been made recently. Until then, be
What
good to
could
yourselves.
possibly go wrong?
Exactly, it's all going to be great.
Yep.
Until then, be good to yourselves and one another. Take care.
Take care. Bye, everybody.
Bye.